feel. Plus got them Gucci nails, You a cutie still. And this my down girl too. Ain't no groupie deal. We left the movies with Uzi, Suzuki wheels to the jacuzzi.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Welcome to the Old Guy in the Club podcast. Coming from San Diego, we have Robzilla from
Hi, everybody.
Sunny 98.1, San Diego's greatest hits. And if you listen to his voice, you know that he's a radio guy. This is what he does.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. And then we got Neil Jackson coming to us from New York City.
Hey.
You can catch Neil every weekday on Twitch, which is where you're all watching from live right now. No more Facebook, no more old people Facebook. And Neil's show is called Beats, Rhymes, and Life, and it's every weekday, 10 a.m. Eastern. So for all you people that get up early, that is the show to watch. And then I am actually on the road this week. I am also in New York City, in a hotel suite here at the 60 on the Lower East Side. And I figure out, every week I should be somewhere different because, it's totally safe to travel these days.
And you're rich.
I was going to say, it's a hotel room. It's not a hotel room. It's a hotel suite. You had to just drop that in there, huh, Justin?
Yeah, but I mean, did I just say that?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, what a dick. Okay.
You're a baller. It's cool. It's good. You got it that. It's fine.
I did get it for a really cheap rate. So, you got to take your wins where you can get them.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so thanks everyone who's tuning in. If you're new to the show, this is what we do every week. We kind of sit here and talk shit and bring in some friends of ours just to have some fun and talk about some current events and pop culture and entertainment and music. And today's topic is going to be about dating in 2020 during quarantine. How stupid is this?
Oh, boy.
But before we get into that, I just want to thank last week's guest, Stephen Malley. He came in to talk about the restaurants getting reopened around the country. And I will say, I am in New York. I've been here about 5 days now. And I just took a little stroll around the Lower East Side. And it's like spring break here. It's unbelievable. There's people everywhere on the streets just drinking. So, I mean, I know, Zilla, you're a hermit and you're never leaving your house again. Neil, you are worse than Zilla. You are definitely never leaving your house again. So yeah, I'll be the guy on the street, so to speak. Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. We are going to bring in Angie Vee first. That's our special guest. That's going to be a really fun conversation. And what we're going to talk about is the following things. We're going to do a Knight's Tale, of course, because we love to hear our entertainment industry people's craziest fun stories. Again, like I said, we're going to talk about dating in 2020, especially during quarantine. We're going to talk about the last date you went on. That should be interesting. I have a ridiculous story. And then we have some other topics. I don't want to ruin the topics. And then at the end, of course, we'll end with Grinds My Gears. But before we bring Angie in, I want to give a special birthday shout out to someone sitting about 4 feet away from Robzilla, and that is his sister, Jennifer. Happy birthday, Jennifer.
Birthday, Jen. Thank you. She just heard that. She's smiling. Thank you, guys.
Good. And then also a belated birthday to our own Neil Jackson.
Oh,
happy birthday, Neil.
Whose birthday was 2 days ago.
Yes.
It's just a whole bunch of cancers up in here. Great.
It's all right, though.
It's going to be called the Old Guys in the Club.
Yeah, I mean, you're still not as old as Zilla. And you never will be.
It never will be.
Nope, never will.
This joke will never die.
All right, guys. So we're going to bring in Angie. And if you're not familiar with Angie, she is a DJ based out of Las Vegas, I believe. Oh, wait, no, Pomona. Is that right? Pomona, yeah. Which is where Neil is actually born and raised in Pomona, if you didn't know that. And Angie's been streaming now. She started on Instagram, which is where a lot of I was going to say a lot of us started, but I'm not a DJ, so not where I started. And now she's made the switch to Twitch like the rest of us, and she is just crushing it right now. and she just got off a stream from this afternoon. So, all right, let's bring her in.
Hey.
Hi.
There she is.
Hi guys. First off,
Hello.
Neil, happy birthday. Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Jen.
Happy birthday, Jen.
But happy birthday.
That's
Well,
so sweet
welcome-
of you guys. Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Angie. It's great to have you on.
Thanks.
I mean, it's funny because, you and I have met literally for 30 seconds. And I don't even
Okay.
know if you remember,
I
but it was the last Friday before shutdown in Vegas. It was at Light, and E-Rock was playing, and you kind of
remember now.
came in the middle of the night, and I was just sitting there
Yep.
having a drink.
Yep, I remember now.
And I think you were on a break from DJing yourself, and you
Yeah,
came
I
in and you were
remember
hanging out,
now.
and then you were going to leave.
yeah.
So
Which was
so
super bad because I was opening at Tao. I can't remember who I was opening for. I think it was Mike Attack. I was opening for Mike Attack. And then I was like, oh shit, E-Rock's at Light. So I rushed over to Light. And in my head, I was like, that's more than enough time. But by the time you take a taxi, you get out of the club, you get there. I was there for 35 minutes. And
Yeah.
probably accumulated maybe 4 shots in those 30 minutes, which was probably not the best call. But I do remember, yeah.
well, you
You're
could have had
right.
6, so you showed some restraint.
Nobody likes an underachiever.
Not ever. So I do remember now. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So and then you and Zilla do not know each other, but you
No.
and Neil have some history.
Yeah.
So it's good to have people on that not everybody knows, because now we get to hear all about you. So I didn't want to do research. I mean, first because
Okay.
I'm lazy, but second because I think a lot of us want to hear your story kind of from you. So just kind of give us kind of the background of where you came from and what you're doing now and how you got there.
So I'm Angie Vee. Hi. And I am from Southern California. I grew up pretty much in Chino, Rancho Cucamonga, Chino. I say every city in the Inland Empire. And if you're not familiar with the Inland Empire, that's 45 minutes to an hour east of LA. So when I'm out of state, I'm like, oh, LA, because nobody knows Pomona. I grew up out here. I started DJing over 10 years ago. I did vinyl for a couple years. I did my first gig over on a plane ride with vinyl and realized that's the worst thing that could have ever just the worst experience in the history of the world, especially being a girl. So I made the switch to Serato, but yeah, I've been DJing for a really, really, really long time. I don't know. It's hard to say. I've just been in the game for so long. But I play in Vegas. I play in LA. I DJ for Nike, the Dodgers. I don't know.
Wow.
I know Neil through DJ Vice. I feel like Vice's camp is a very family kind of oriented thing. I met Neil and we were like, oh shit, I live in the same place as you were born. And
Yeah, I
we
remember
kinda
having that
connected on
conversation. I was like, no one's ever from Pomona.
never.
No one
And I'm
is.
technically not from Pomona, but I've been here for 10 years. So
Well, all the
as I was
cities that
kind of
you
up
live,
and coming as a DJ, people associate me with P-Town.
all the cities that you've lived in, you said Chino,
Mhm.
Chino, Pomona. I've lived in all of those cities. We kind of hopped around. I was born and
Yeah.
raised in Pomona, lived in Chino, lived in Upland,
Yeah, okay.
lived in
I
Chino
was out
Hills.
Loma High. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was lucky that I got to stay in school, in the same school, but we moved around a lot. So I went to school in Alta Loma, Rancho Cucamonga. It's a real place. And I went to school there, so a lot of people know me from there as well. But I'm just a girl of the town. I'm a girl of the
It's
Inland
also-
Empire.
It's fun to say Rancho Cucamonga.
It
You
really
have
is.
It is.
No idea. I say I'm from Rancho Cucamonga. It's like, wait, where? Oh, that's a real place? I just thought it was from Friday.
It
I
sounds a
don't
little
think I
fancy
could
actually too.
I don't think I could spell it if there was $1 million involved.
No, no.
I
I haven't even attempted.
Big word.
Rancho Cucamonga. Yeah, it's a lot.
Luckily, I stay sober on this show, so I think it'd be much more fun to say it drunk. I don't know. If I get drunk later, I'm going to start texting all you guys.
The
Oh my
old
God.
guy in the
Little-
club after
I want
hours.
to see it.
Yes.
I want to see the attempt of spelling Rancho
Little-
Cucamonga.
Little BTS. All right, and here you are. So what have you been doing since quarantine happened? Obviously, nobody's really. I don't want to say no one's working, because a lot of people are working harder than they ever did before.
I am one of those people.
Yeah, I mean, it shows. So you're doing something
Yeah.
right.
Quarantine hit. The day after we hung out at Light,
Yeah.
the world ended. I remember, I think it was probably a couple days before that. I was at Disneyland for like the last few days. I'm one of those weirdo people that likes to go to Disneyland.
Oh no, that guy right there.
Dude, like, why not? The food is so good.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna
don't
read.
get the
Yes,
people that hate on it. We'll get back to that.
yeah, we're definitely gonna get back to this because I know one person on this show. Here, let me get my pointing proper. One person on this show
Brady
that despises theme parks, and his name rhymes with Mustin Potts.
Mustin, we're gonna get you. We're gonna convert you today, for sure. Well, obviously, okay, maybe in like 3 years when it's open again, but we'll get
Right.
there. We'll get there.
I have a very funny picture that I'll if I can find it while we're doing the show, I will throw it up on the screen later because it's actually very funny.
Please find it. Please find it. Yeah, it was at Disneyland probably like a couple days before I went to Vegas, and a lot of my dates moving forward were really exciting for me. I was doing like, what the heck was I doing? I was doing something for the Coachella weekend, the silent disco. I was so hyped on that. A lot of Golden Voice dates. So right away, I knew pretty fast before actual lockdown that my calendar was like washed for like 3 months. So I knew I knew it was coming. I was already like, you guys, that's like, I was that weirdo friend that was like the spreading doom, which I didn't mean to, but I just knew like this shit is not going to be 30 days because I don't have work for 3 months. So, the world ended for me. I went to Vegas, did my last gig, got home, and then I want to say, oh my God, what is the white people holiday? I can never remember in March where they drink a lot.
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Boom, 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 boom. St. Patrick's Day was happening, and I remember waking up, and it was like noon, and I was hungover the night before, and I was like, I'm just gonna get on. Like, let's just get on. And we got on, and we did like 80 people that first day, and then I was like, I'm gonna get back tomorrow, and we did like 300 people, and then I like by day 4 we had like 700 streaming viewers, and I was kind of like, okay, this might be something. Might I add, I applied for Amazon Warehouse because I was freaking the hell out. I was like, a bitch is about to go back to work. I mean, like, I'm going to work alongside my dad or something. Like, I don't care, So I started streaming. It started popping off, and I did every day for 2 months, like every day, no day off at noontime. And it ended up being really, really, really awesome. We built an awesome fan base. I think I doubled my following on IG.
Wow.
And yeah, I went from I think 32K to 75K just through quarantine, and it's been the greatest freaking, like, it's just been awesome. So I'm definitely one of those people that feel like I'm working harder now than before.
It's a whole other world in there, right?
It is. Like you said earlier, I'm lazy, so I knew what worked in the club. I would do it, play it. I wasn't really like, I think I'd lost my passion. You probably feel maybe the same way. Like, we just were on such an autopilot because we've been doing it for so long that we just know what works. We play it. There's no passion behind it.
It's funny when everything locked down. I remember me and Vice would get on late night phone calls for we were just trying to discuss like all the tech, like, because there's just so much to know. Like, DJing is like an afterthought compared to. So when I started doing Instagram Live and I was just doing the setup, I'm seeing the camera and like my computer, and there's so much more than that. And so we had these like late night powwows, like, okay, what interface are you running? What's your setup? Like, here's the trick. But then the one thing that we both sat down and realized is we are becoming better DJs than we ever have because we can play. I keep telling other guys, you could play anything. You could really just get in there and just play anything. So you start digging to see how deep in your library.
And you're having fun because even you're feeling like, oh shit, I forgot about this too. It feels good to you.
Yeah. So it's a blessing in disguise. Like, I think we both.
I think it is.
Yeah, he and I both said like we're probably the best DJs we've ever have been now. And
I think, and it's not a diss, or it's not like I'm all about everybody following their dream and doing whatever makes them happy. But I will say, I think this also, I don't want to say weeded out, but it kind of like really showed who was about this life and who was really about the DJ life, and like I only know this. I only know music, and that's my passion. I'm obsessed with it, which a lot of you guys feel the same way. So all we knew to do was figure it out in that aspect. And I think people that were kind of, the game as a whole. It's crazy. But
those people are a lot of those people are starting to come around now. And, not to say it's too late, because it's never too late if you're willing to put in the work, but there's a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
There really is. Like, I will say that I was probably one of the first people to start streaming consistently on IG Live. And so I decided to make the switch over to Twitch later. And even me, like all these people, this lingo and shit and like biddies and like all this shit. I'm like, hype train. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what any of that means.
None. But
None.
I feel late in the game, even though I have been doing it for so long. Moving to Twitch a little later, you're right. It's catch up. The world is moving, even though we're still slow and we're still moving so fast.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to figure out the new normal.
Yeah.
Well, you're definitely impactful, Angie, because Tina Mar15 from the Twitch chat room says, Angie Vee saved me from not killing my family during quarantine. So that's a hell of an achievement. I mean,
those are my favorite ones.
And by the way, if you guys are in the Twitch chat, we've totally got you. We see you. So your commentary, your questions, all welcome and encouraged. We want you to be a part of the show. So please keep them coming. This is your show too.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you could see that, but that was the last time I went to Disneyland, and that was as we were leaving. And if you can't see the, hold on, I'll take the banner off. Yeah, there you go. It says, for the people that can't see, it says, I think it's safe to say that Timmy and I feel differently about leaving Disneyland. And it's me being happy for the first time all day, and one of my sons being absolutely miserable.
You got to know the tricks of the trade. You can't go to Disneyland on a Saturday like the whole world does. You can't go on a holiday weekend. It's got to be like a Wednesday in November.
Right. Absolutely.
There's just like, we know.
100%. And then you got to have a plan. You got to need to know where you go. You have to have an agenda. It's like, I want churros. I want churros at 11. I want a beignet by 11:45. You're just making your
clam chowder. Everyone
100%. Yes.
That sounds actually, Marco Pinta said it. That sounds like work for me.
Though, it's like
take a couple kids and it is work.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We're the weirdo adults that are like getting wasted and.
Oh, dude, we have to have like a Disneyland episode. I think we could talk about. We could bring in all our friends, but whether it's Vice, Angie, Sid Vicious, all the weirdo adults that love Disneyland.
Jersey,
exactly.
Does Jersey love Disneyland?
Yeah. Oh my God, he has a
Jersey loves anything that's for like 6-year-olds.
Yeah,
right.
He has a season. He went to Orlando.
The kids menu.
You know JFO, right, Angie?
Yeah,
JFO?
Of course.
He would fly down to go visit JFO, and he has a season. Him and Ange has a season pass.
So with the Florida one, right? Disney World.
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah.
Disney World. Yeah.
I've never been there.
I've
my
driven
mouth to
past
God's
it.
ears after this pandemic. I'd love to go there, but I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, he's a serious Disneyland. We went to Paris, France. He made me go to Disneyland in Paris, France.
I heard that story.
In the rain. I was like, dude, no. And he was like, we gotta go.
Wait, so is it weird? Is it weird that I want to like visit every single Disney theme park around the world? Like, I want to go to Tokyo. I want to go to Shanghai. I want to go to Hong Kong when the corona's over. Like, I want to go to all of those places. Yeah.
Look, man, no.
A grown man wanting to go to every single Disneyland in the whole world, that sounds so normal to me. 100%.
Here's the thing. If you want to, the fact you want to go to one is weird. But once I accept that, I understand that you would want to go to all of them. I get that part. Just the fact you'd want to go to any of them is insane to me.
I'm going to frame it properly. Growing up in Southern California, Disneyland is very much a part of your life.
Agreed.
So, with that, the nostalgia aspect, it's for
You're right.
For a small window of time going to Disneyland, you get to go back to a time when you don't have a care in the world. Yep. You're just there to have a good time. You're with people. You go in a group of friends. Like, I'm not going by myself. I might, but I'm not going by myself.
All right, I'm
Like,
gonna
you're
stand
going with
in
a group
now.
of friends,
I'm gonna
you
step
feel
in.
great.
That's probably a bad idea. Let's just stick with one more person. Okay, but the by yourself, like I'm gonna.
I mean,
for
I
your
was
sake.
being completely sarcastic about going to Disneyland on my own. That's just sad, actually. Like, here's the sad guy at the
I need a
happiest place
picture.
on earth.
I need a picture of you just holding a balloon. It was so good.
JRO1225, Disneyland churro toffee is life. I've yet to partake in that, but I need that in my life. Somebody said something about a turkey leg.
Oh,
I can't do it.
Legs.
I can't do it.
I'm a corn dog. The best corn dogs in the whole. I have never had a better corn dog than the Disneyland corn dogs.
Do you do it at the little red? Do you do it at the little red trolley?
Oh,
yeah, the wagon. Because Corn Dog Castle over at Disney's California Adventure does a spicy version too, which certainly does not suck.
You guys
all right.
Sorry, dating.
Yeah. We just went off the rails.
I'm putting on my. I was just about to say I'm putting on my referee's jersey and
put on your dad hat.
We're getting off the Disneyland conversation. Anyway,
Angie, will you come back for the Disneyland show?
Angie, yes.
Please invite me back to the
yes,
Disneyland show. I got costumes here with it.
We definitely will do it. We'll do a Disneyland episode for sure, and you're coming back. Okay, so as we all know, this is the kind of the dating episode. But before we get into all that kind of talk, let's start off with a lot of people's favorite segment of the show, where Angie's going to tell everybody about her craziest story in nightlife, or her. It doesn't even necessarily need to be nightlife. It could be anything. So coming up right now is A Knight's Tale with Angie Vee. All right.
All right.
Fancy stuff.
Yeah, that was. I was like, oh shit. Okay. There's tons. I will say I would probably like a ton of wild nights, but a memorable night for me would be probably Super Bowl. Oh my God. I don't even know. It was the first year that Nike took over the NFL. So maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. I went out there. I got a call from Nike and they're like, hey, can you be on a plane and come play a party, like a reception? Yep. No problem. Of course. Before I get down there, they're like, and by the way, you can keep your room all weekend. We just need you Friday night, but we'll fly you home Monday. And I'm like, what? But it is also like 2 days before. So the odds of getting a friend to come out with me and pay Super Bowl rates are insane. So I'm going out there by myself. So I fly out there. Everyone's out there. Every DJ imaginable is out there. It's New Orleans. It's the Beyonce year. And I remember I'm in a t-shirt, leggings. I go and hang out with my friend DJ Mike Murda. We're walking around, like no intention of going out. And he says, hey, do you want to go and meet up with DJ Vice and his crew for a drink really fast? Like, no big deal. And I'm like, yeah.
That's never happened before.
Yeah, I had never hung out with Vice. I had chilled, like met him very lightly, but never really hung out with him. And I was like, yep, down. So we go, and it's Vice, and it's Errol from Nike. It's JJ. JJ had just started, I think, like roading with Vice. I don't know if Jersey was there. I can't remember. But we're all at this spot. We're having a drink. Vice is like, hey, great to meet you. And then he's like, so what's up? Are you coming? We're going to the Maxim party. Like, you ready? Let's go. When I tell you I'm in a t-shirt and like Target exhilaration leggings and Nike shoes, like, no, I was like, yeah, like I'll get ready. I'll meet you there. And he's like, yeah, no, like you got to come now. If you don't come now, it's not happening. The Maxim party. So like girls are just models and gorgeous and beautiful. And I was like, all right, Ange, this is one of those moments where like you could care about how you look, or you can just go and experience this night. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. So I go. I end up getting really wasted. We're having so much fun. I'm in the booth, like everyone's having a good time. Everyone's there. Then he ends his set. I think I'm like beyond wasted. We get in a limo. We head to some after party in some warehouse at, I want to say, somewhere Afrojack's playing. I think I blacked out probably at like, I don't know, maybe like 4:30 a.m. But I'm having so much fun. I don't know how I did this, but I end up leaving by myself in an alley in New Orleans. Like, I have no idea why I did that. I have no idea. You guys girls, do not do this. Human trafficking is a real thing. Don't ever do this. But yeah, I was just basically so wasted. I ended up taking a taxi by myself. I didn't say bye to anybody. And then ending up back into my room vomiting. During that night, really quick, here's the best part of the story. During that night, a girl was like, hey, I have a suite. Do you want to come and watch the Super Bowl tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. You guys, I was so hungover the next day, like deathly hungover. I was like, I didn't go to the Super Bowl because I was so hungover from partying with DJ Vice. And after that night, we ended up becoming the greatest of friends, and they basically became instant family. And that's my one wild night where I didn't go to the Super Bowl because I was too hungover.
Wow.
Is it me, or is DJ Vice basically the Kevin Bacon of nightlife? Like it's like everybody is attached to Vice within 1 or 6 degree. Like everybody can connect everybody else through Vice.
Yeah.
Dude, because he's just like the most down-to-earth, nicest guy imaginable. It's freaking crazy. Like, I started DJing in Vegas because of Vice without him even having any idea. I think, like, a couple months after that, I got, you guys, this is so embarrassing. It's not embarrassing. We all start somewhere.
Don't worry, nobody's watching. Go ahead, continue.
I was playing at the rooftop at the Rio in Las Vegas. Like, I was so excited because I was playing in Vegas. And it was Vice's birthday, and my friend DJ CLA was like, yo, come to Lavo. And I was like, all right, let's go. And I went, and Vice was like, what's up? And he's so drunk, and he's like, get on. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, for real? All right. And so, again, my little Mexican self was like, I'm down. So I jump on, and I'm thinking, like, this is it. Like, I'm going to DJ in Lavo now. Like, that's it. I got this. And I DJed the rest of the night, and it was cool. And Omar Galliano, who was doing the booking back then, he was there. And he was just kind of like, whatever. And
that sounds about right.
That's about right.
Yeah,
that's Omar.
You guys know Omar. And he basically paid me no attention and didn't really care. And 6 months went by, and I was like, I really thought that was I just thought it was going to happen for me. I was going to headline the world in Vegas after that night. But then 6 months later, Omar calls me and says, hey, I have a slot, and I really want you to come in. And I did, but based on that night. So I'm always thankful to Vice because I wouldn't have
that's great.
been able to be in a big room based off of that. Yeah. It wasn't
awesome.
on my time. It was on Omar Galliano's time. But yeah. So Vice is just a great guy.
He is the best.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he let you on, because like a lot of people ask him to get on, and he's like, nope. I mean, Errol's famous, right, for that, Neil?
Yeah, we call him let me get one. Let me get one. We call him that because he's always like leaning in. He's like, yo. Let me get one. We're talking about Errol Balada. And
Yeah.
He's like, yo, let me get one. Because he used to, back in the day, he used to DJ.
Errol was a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a DJ, then he was a DJ, and then all of a sudden he stopped being a DJ and started working at Scam. It was weird. He had like one moment where he was a DJ.
Someone let him get one.
Yeah. Actually, he went live like maybe about 2 weeks ago.
I saw that.
For like 10 minutes. He got 2, and then he was out.
Roldos did a song. Yeah. Thanks for coming to my stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I do. I mean, before we go further into it, I actually want to go to one of your birthday parties. I remember Angie throws these massive parties in.
I want to hear more about this. Okay.
Oh, wait, is that like everyone goes every year? It's like in like an alley almost?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, I didn't know those were yours. Wow.
I grew up like a half a mile from there, and I'm like, I know that alley.
Yeah. That was an accident. I don't know how that ended up turning into what it's become.
That looked crazy. They were FaceTiming me, and I was like, how did I miss this? Because I think we were both in a different state, and they were like, yo, we're flying out to go DJ, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go. I think we were
trying to get you out there.
Yeah.
We're like, no, just come.
I was trying to go.
I'll get you Juanita's tacos.
Oh my god. And we're still trying to freeze pack them and have them shipped overnight, but those cost too much to ship them. But
that party is wild.
Yeah, Angie throws a lot of wild parties, and they're very specific. Like, what is it? You ain't down?
So You're Not Down is it's a rooftop party that we do. It's Detox, which is famous. A lot of people go to Detox. A lot of DJs play it. It's like a hip hop day club in the inland out here. It's the only one around here. And then there's like a smaller patio up rooftop, and we do You're Not Down, which is basically kind of like a backyard boogie. So if you can't, growing up in Southern California, very Latin, very, Latino inspired. If you can't play it, the rules are if you can't play it in a lowrider or a quinceañera or your backyard or a baptism, you can't play it at the club. You can't play it at this specific party. And I thought, okay, it'll be a really fun, like low sub, just a party to feel good and make me not feel so robotic. That shit blew up and ended up being like really, really amazing. So the finale of that party, because we run only during the summer, is my birthday, which is the end of September 28th. And so I think the first birthday party I did, I was like, Vice, like, how, like, would you want to do this? Because we had been like IGing it the whole season, and he was like, this looks dope. So he's like, I'm down. Get me a party bus. Like, all I'm asking is a party bus that I can throw all the dudes in, and we're there. And I think the first year we went through, oh my God, you guys. I think Don Julio, he wasn't Clase Azul yet. It was, I think, Don Julio. Well, I'm talking like the 3-foot bottles. We went through like 4 or 5 of those in his 2-hour set. I'm not ever. It was Syph. Syph was just on the floor, like on the ground at the club. The rule, they give us there's no rules. We do whatever we want. Like, it's such a family-oriented party. The alley is just packed with people, and it's turned into like this crazy legendary party that Vice is more than happy to come to every year.
Yeah, that sounds
so much fun.
The second I heard the title, I was like, I know what this is about.
I mean, that just sounds like a challenge. Like, you're not down. Oh, yes, I am.
You can't tell a Latino you're not down because they're like,
that's a thing.
It's like telling Marty McFly he's chicken. It's like
100%. Or like,
you ain't down.
Yeah, you're not down is like, ooh, shit, you gotta do it. So that's so that's what we do on IG Live on Sundays. We usually do You're Not Down Sundays and keep it very like Art Laboe oldie. Neil, I caught your oldie set, by the way. I was very impressed.
Did you?
I caught some of it. I was like, oh, you can take the boy out of Pomona, but you can take Pomona out of the boy. So
yeah, I grew up in Pomona, and I grew up around that. I grew up on all of that. My sister used to hang out in Laverne. Okay. And I mean, I don't know what Laverne is like now, but Laverne
it's
back
in now, but
okay, Laverne in the 90s was not was not. So
it's real fancy now.
Yeah, so when you had that title in the party, I was like, I know what this is about. And then you have another one, right? Scam.
So Scam and Jam is actually by another group, but I'm like the resident DJ. So
okay.
I'm the resident DJ, but it's not necessarily my brand, but it's the same type of thing. And that shit is LA, and that is like we fill out a whole theater. It's crazy.
Yeah, wow. That's a term that was like
it's really crazy. Scam and Jam.
When I lived back there, I was like, damn, did they just call a party Scam and Jam?
Yeah. See, someone said fighting words.
That's actually Neil's sister. Neil's sister in the chat said, "Yep, You're Not Down. Definitely fighting words in the Inland Empire."
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. So guys, before we get into the dating part of the show, make sure you go. There's a banner down there on the screen. Make sure you go follow Angie on Instagram at DJ Angie Vee and on Twitch at just Angie Vee.
Yes.
And then, don't forget about us guys too. Neil is Neil Jackson. Zilla is Robert Zilla SD. And I am the old guy in the club on all major platforms.
Oh, that's so cute.
I swear, hold on. I swear his ears must have been burning because JFO just jumped into the chat room.
JFO!
I think he just signed up for Twitch because I don't remember seeing him before.
I don't think I've ever seen him on Twitch before.
Oh, that's so funny.
Rama Rich too.
Yeah. The gang.
Wow, you know everybody, Angie.
Yeah.
All right, so the theme of this episode is I guess dating in current times or in quarantine in 2020, which I mean. I would like to say I don't know anyone that's dating, but I saw in a chat today. Well, I saw in a chat today that Gusto started dating someone, right? Neil, in your chat earlier?
What are we talking about in the morning? My
chat
moves so quick that I try and catch as much as I can. as much as I can. And I kind of caught wind of it, but I didn't catch the whole story. So
gusto.
I told him he had to come on tonight and talk about it.
That would have been so good.
Yeah.
Gus is so good.
So it's obviously a crazy time. I know Angie, I don't know your situation, but I know Zilla, myself, and Neil are all single gentlemen at this time.
Surprise.
Say aye.
All right. So we're all kind of on the same page. I am divorced, as most of you know.
Congratulations.
But yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a lot more interesting than that, which we'll probably get into at some point during this show. So I'm going to throw a question out there that I didn't have on our list. We didn't talk about it, but it's kind of how we started the show. Is taking someone to Disneyland a good date?
I mean, not like the first date, but I feel like if they like to have fun and eat food, then of course it is.
It's an expensive date.
It is an expensive date. If you're taking someone to Disneyland within the first few months of dating, like that's baller status. Like, I'm
gonna take you somewhere nice.
I mean, I think it's like it might be a good test, like if you're willing to stand there and like stand on a line, for hours and hours and hours, you could probably tell a lot about somebody. Kind of like the old road trip, test. Like you take a road trip with someone.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still not doing it just because I'm never going again.
Some people just are super annoyed. It's not their jam. And then you get to really see someone in that aspect of how they even act when they're annoyed. You know what I mean? So that's not a bad idea. I could see it like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think, Zilla?
Just imagine the amount of small talk that one has to come up with while you're waiting online to get into Star Tours or to get onto some of the attractions.
That's
it's
true.
How many times are you going to talk about, so what's your major? Not that I've asked that question in the last 25 years, but
wow.
Dude, when we get into the pickup line conversation later, that's
I was setting it up. It seems like a hard first, second, even third date. I mean, you have to kind of have a rapport with somebody to spend a 12-hour day in the sun, walking around, standing around. I did it once, never again. And I've seen.
How long were you dating that person?
Like 7 minutes.
I would say wait 15
through the first
minutes,
line. Halfway through the first line.
I left. Gone It's a Small World and bounced. It was just rap.
I mean, me personally, no chance. But then again, that's.
But you hate Disneyland.
Yes, exactly. That's fine.
DJ Marco Penta, if the date is terrible, do you ditch them in the park? I mean, it is an out.
I have personally not ever been on a date that was that terrible, but I have had friends that have literally stood up and walked out. I was like, yeah, no, I'm out. I don't think I could do that, but yeah, it's possible. People do it.
So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is to describe the last date you were on. And me personally, obviously, if you're with someone for a while, you're married, you have a long-term boyfriend, girlfriend, you have dates and stuff like that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like a first date. And I will tell you that I've had one in my entire life. One. And it was like 25 years ago. I just never saw the need to have a date. Back, when I'm 46, when 46-year-old guys were 21, it was 25 years ago. Like, I think we just went to bars and like got, blackout drunk, met somebody, hooked up, and then like if you kind of liked them, then maybe you'd go on a date like eventually.
Like after you've already smashed.
Right.
Okay. Well.
Right.
Whoa. Did you say smash? What are we talking about here?
That's okay.
He said they went out and hooked up. I'm saying like, yeah, you like smash. You go out, you get drink, you smash, and then you're like, oh, I actually kind of like you. Let's actually hang out and kind of go. That's what you're saying, right? Am I wrong?
That's exactly what I'm saying, and that's exactly how I lived my life until, I've always been a relationship guy. Like I was never really the kind of one night stand guy, but
look at him setting himself up for his future. Good for you. Good head. Keep going.
No, that's just me. Because I can't. This is gonna sound horrible, but whatever.
Oh, man.
Coming from you, really?
Shut up, Zilla. If I have to work like be fakely nice to somebody to try to get laid. It's not my MO. I'd rather not get laid.
Okay, that's
I'm with
honest.
you. Know what?
Honest.
I'm with you on that. It's like if it's just not happening, it's just not happening. Like why bother?
I feel like you feel that attraction very, very fast. And if that attraction's not there very fast, I can agree with you in saying if that attraction's not there right off the bat, like I'm good.
Right off the
have to
bat?
create it. Yeah, kind of like because I know what it's like to experience that type of attraction right away. So you know it's possible. So when you had that before, it's hard. Like, ooh, why do I want to make that when I know it's possible for it to just be there?
You can't force chemistry. You can't force chemistry.
Yeah, yeah. If I go on a date with you or we just even hang out and I don't even want to kiss you by the end of that night, like, no, nah.
I'm with you.
I got a stream I got to get to after that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've been around girls in the past, and this is a long time ago, that like I've hated and have wound up hooking up with them. But there was like, I guess, a fire there. I don't know, that kind of came from somewhere. I don't really know.
Attraction isn't always, the best recipe for a relationship.
Yeah.
But I think it is a foundation. Like you do need to have that into going into one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
To me, personally, that's just me.
What about you, Neil? Neil, when's the last date you went on?
Whoa. I don't know. It's been a while. In June?
While, like, okay,
yeah, in June. Well, I mean, yeah, in June. And then when the lockdown happened, man, I did not. Huh?
Who's dating right now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all these
lots of
apps
people
and stuff
Gusto,
are,
apparently, but
I go to the store and every so often you could, how you walk past a couple and you're like, they're definitely on a date. It's definitely weird. I live in a complex where there's like this private park, and I've once in a while I'll just go out and go grab air, and you can tell that there's actually dates happening there. And it's really awkward because it's kind of separated, and then they're kind of asking questions from a distance. It's almost to the point where you have to like text each other. So it's an interesting time.
It is.
I mean, that's a question, and it's actually on my list, and I think this is a good segue into it. Are you? I mean, I don't know how to say this without.
No, I'm just glad I ditched the question. This is the best thing happened. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, we don't need to get into that.
Good.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Say it.
I don't even know what we're doing, but go ahead.
Well, no, we're skipping over Zilla's last date, but we're gonna go to. Wait, Angie? You didn't even answer that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Like date entanglement. Like what you mean?
Wow.
Entanglement.
I will say one of my last memorable dates was, so I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but I date women. And one of my last dates was really a very good last date was I went on like a dance class because I used to like to dance. And so, the girl I was dating was like, she had never really been on dates with women, but she was like, I feel like you like to dance and you would like to take a dance class. And that was really fun. And that was a blast. And it was super, super fun. So that was a good one. But that
is a good
really
one.
Worked for you guys. I can't imagine Zilla, pop locking and dropping it. But that was really, really creative.
I can play some music right now. Let's see it.
I thought that was creative and dope and fun. And it was like 100,000 points for even,
Oh, that's great.
That way.
It's really good. I like that. I mean, I don't think I would, but
you get the thought.
I totally get it. Like if it was someone said to me, "Let's go play golf," it'd be like, "Oh, wow, okay, yeah, that's something different."
Yeah. Girls are crazy. We'd be like getting all extra and shit. Like the girls that be going to Disneyland on the second date. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole other ballgame.
I won't go into too much detail, but I will say that on the last date I was in, it was in Vegas, and Gabriel Swin was there. So
what?
we ran into we were at On the Record, and I ran into him and a bunch of other people that we all know. So, but yeah, the last time I was on a date was back in October, and it was in Vegas, and that was enough.
Zilla, I can see you liking going on dates.
I think it's Swin's like, I remember. They can be, but they could be incredibly awkward. You know, I try to make the best out of any situation. I can be conversational with pretty much anybody. I'll talk about anything, as evidenced by this show. But it's, you know, it's still awkward. And at my age, at 46, it's just weird.
I think it's weird. It's just, period. I think for any,
right.
It's weird. I don't date a lot. I do not. People give me think I'm just this avid person that dates all the time. I don't, because it's just so weird to even I don't really meet people online. I'm super that's not my jam. So it's weird. It's just weird.
So do you meet people through introductions, through mutual friends, through?
Yeah, this is super embarrassing. When I say I don't date a lot, I think my last relationship we've been broken up almost 4 years, and in that 4 years, I dated 4 people, which is not a lot.
No, not at all.
One a year?
That's good, right?
Well, 1 year was 3, and then you know, I was really I don't want to use the word excited, but I was oh, you know, I'm gonna take over the world. Yeah, I dated 2 guys actually. One I met online, through Instagram. We had been following each other, and that was, you know, we kind of were talking. That was cool, whatever. That was not my jam. You know, I was trying to test the waters again. It had been a while. And then I dated another guy who I actually met at a club. I think he was with another DJ. I cannot think about it as well. He lived in Vegas, and we actually dated for a while. Great guy. We ended up being just friends, but it was through meeting him. I was oh, okay, that's cool. We slowly talked, and then it's kind of turned it into a dating situation. And then the other person, it was someone that I had known for a while, and I'd, you know, again, Instagram start in the DM, flirting.
I was gonna say, I was oh, a DM hookup.
In the DM, start flirting. And then the last person that I dated, who I actually dated for 8 months, it was oh, this is embarrassing. It was on a dating app, which I will never do again. Not because of the person, it just is weird.
Did somebody say dating app?
Yeah, I yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. Now.
Go ahead, segue in, bring it in.
So we could. I mean, look, we could. As an older gentleman, I think it's weird. But I understand that it's a lot easier. And just the way that younger people are today with the technology and that they're much more comfortable, you know, shooting someone a DM as opposed to standing next to them in a bar and having an awkward conversation. I totally get it. And rather than just dive into you know, we have something that we want to talk about, how sliding into someone's DMs is the new pickup lines, and you have to come with something, I guess. But I guess kind of the first thing that I would ask, and it's Angie, I don't know if I don't know if you know much about this show, but you know, we always bring nightlife people on, but we try not to talk about nightlife. You know, it's just not because that gets old, you know, and
the same. We're just partying every weekend. There it is.
Right, exactly. There's the end of the show. You know, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
But in this topic, my question is: have dating apps changed nightlife? And I mean, I think they've changed them a lot because if you already have the ability to go on your phone, talk to someone, pick a place to meet, or just I don't know how this stuff works. If it's just people just banging it out in hotel rooms or whatever.
You do.
Whoa.
But hookup culture is really a thing.
But you don't have to go to a bar anymore to meet a girl or a guy.
It's the least place you probably would go to now if you're
right.
under 27.
Yeah.
Maybe even 30.
So this reminds me of a little story, Justin. I don't know if you remember this, but one of your former employees back at the Hard Rock in San Diego, one day after intervention, she's like, I got to split. I'm like, where are you going? And she's like, I met some dude on Tinder, and I'm going to go meet him at this bar down the street.
Oh, I remember this.
So about 25 of us caught wind of it. Well, one of us caught wind of it and told 25 other people, and then we all showed up and crashed her date.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's
it does happen in real life. yeah, I mean, this is the emotional support that we as friends offer to one another. But it does happen. People like just right then and there. Oh, I'm at such and such a place. I'm at another place. I see it all the time. People are looking at their phones
way too hard.
But
This
for
is
real,
way too creepy.
people are on their phones in venues. Like they'll set it down to like to the closest vicinity that they can, and they'll just be swiping till they can hit a match. And if the person's 2 bars over, they'll just get up and go to said bar.
Yeah, no, that's just creepy. That just sounds like that's anxiety. That sounds like Liam Neeson is gonna have to come find me, and it just sounds horrible.
I mean, I
And
do
that's why
know.
I don't date.
I know people that have met and either have long-term relationships or already married from meeting on Raya.
That's where I went. That was the last time. That was the app that I met. The last person I dated was on Raya.
So
I'm embarrassed to say that.
For those who don't know what Raya is, because it's not out there like a lot of the other apps, who wants to break it down?
It's like the Soho House of dating apps.
If you don't know what Soho House is, it's a members only. I mean, you have to be invited, or people within the community of Raya has to vouch for it, vouch for you in order for them to accept you. There's like a committee of people that accept you, whether to be.
Are we allowed to talk about Raya?
I think it's
like
kind
Fight Club.
I think it's over. I think Raya's
First rule of Raya.
Raya's done. Yeah, you get like really, there's like famous people in Raya, and it's kind of, I feel like it's catered to like nightlife people like as influencers, or people that maybe just don't feel as comfortable in the DMs, like kind of thing. So I don't know. I definitely didn't do any other dating app. I did Raya because my friend was like, you should do Raya. Like, just try it. And I was like, tried it, got accepted, and then met someone pretty quick on that. And that was dope and great and cool. But I was like, yeah, it's just so weird. Like, it's like, let's shop for interest today. No. It's just a really weird, like, I'm just, it's just not my jam. I'm just going to be single forever, bottom line.
Well, there's always Twitch. My morning show, we talk. I play I DJ. I play music. Play all sorts of stuff. But then I talk to the chat a lot, and it's more of a talk show. And the one thing that I've realized is Twitch is becoming a thing too. Have you had now? So there's DMs in IG. And Angie, you're new to Twitch, but the one thing that I started to realize is people are sliding into whispers.
The whispers.
Which is so creepy even saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you're whispering too.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, sliding into a whisper that just sounds terrible. But yeah, I've seen people meet people in streams.
DJ E-Rock in the chat has just said that he's seen 2 relationships happen thus far on Twitch.
On Twitch alone?
Yeah, Twitch is a whole nother world.
I'm just too paranoid. I'm too paranoid to be like, I need more than a screen name. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just too paranoid. It's just me.
Well,
Miss A. Robles says people are whispering me way too comfortably. I mean, that's...
What up, E-Rock?
Yeah, shout out to Miss Robles for she's also my Spanish teacher. So well, on my morning show, she comes in every day, even if it's like for like a moment, and she'll give me one Spanish word a day, and I learned like she writes it. I don't know it. She doesn't write it phonetically, and I'm just guessing. Oh my God, Miss Robles, can you write the word? It's bakery. It's bakery in Spanish.
Panaderia.
Panaderia. You get your postres and pasteles.
But it all started because I said chonkala.
Oh yeah, my
a chonkala?
I said chonkala. And she just, the whole chat, but especially, she's like, it's chonkla. I was like,
for those who don't know, chonkla is a weapon.
These are chanclas.
Play the drop, Neil. Play the drop.
It's a weapon.
Oh my God. Yeah. And then so Gusto sends me an audio clip. I hope this isn't too loud, but
doing?
And he's yelling at me.
It's chocolate dog.
Oh my God, please send me that clip. I need to know that.
So that has become a thing. Now other DJs have actually used it in their sets
Oh
on
my
Twitch.
God,
And they're like,
please.
Mijo!
Chanclas are the greatest thing. I've actually lived in chanclas all of quarantine. I haven't worn a pair of shoes since the shutdown. And chanclas have been basically giving me life. So shout out to the chanclas.
Yeah.
It's chanclas, dog.
So, but yeah, Twitch is a whole nother world where I'm starting to see different things happen, like relationships, and
Good for them. Honestly,
I know.
Good for it's a whole entire world. Everyone's different. If you find in love in the Twitch chat, good for you.
I mean,
Good for you.
our conversations also switched into crushes. So the question was, celebrity crushes. It was celebrity crushes, and then it turned into, because there's so many people in Twitch and they're watching different streams from different DJs and stuff, and then I've noticed that other chatters start to talk to each other. I was like, who is your Twitch crush, male or female, DJ and or chatter, like user or streamer? And your name popped up quite a bit.
Mine? Me?
Yeah.
I
Your
thought
name
you were talking to me.
quite a bit.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I see a few of them in the stream actually. In this
Whoa, what? Whoa, reveal yourself, chatters.
Embarrass me.
yeah. So
Hi. I feel so bad. I just went on this whole rant about I will never. But hi, thanks. Thanks for making me your 2020 Twitch old man in the club crush. Appreciate it.
we need to have like an award ceremony at some point. The
I just
quarantine
gave myself
awards.
that title.
So Hannah Girl in the Twitch chat room, who I know because she happens to be my sister, writes, Twitch is like the old school AOL chat room, and I couldn't agree more.
Yep.
It is like back in the day, you'd be like ASL, asking people where they're from. I mean, do you guys think that people are vibing on Twitch because you're able to really see people's personalities? Well, I guess you could engage with their personalities out in the wild as opposed to, just trying to slide into the DMs and be too cool for the room. People are just kind of being themselves.
I mean, I think it's also the time that we're in. People are forced to be home and you're just like yearning for human interaction, and that's not available to you. So you jump in these live chats and you end up making friends. Like there's so many people in my chats that are like all homies, and they've met each other during this, and they are saying hi to each other when they come in. And it's still that feeling of like being around people, even though you're not really around people. Like I think this wouldn't have done so well last year in the midst of everyone, living their lives. It's like people are craving connection.
Yeah. I have a feeling that when this is all said and done, everyone's just going to show up at a nightclub with a name tag that has like their username or their handle on it, so that everybody knows who they are.
Yeah, that would be a great idea for a party.
Yeah, well, we were actually talking about it in my chat. It's a lot of my chat moved over from Instagram. So for the most part, we all somewhat know each other. My chat threw me a birthday party on Zoom.
Oh,
I had like 38 people that attended, and I finally met them for the first time face to face. They've all seen me, but they were riding for me, and it was awesome.
Crazy. Those names,
awesome.
those names. Like you don't know their faces, but you know those names. I can think of like 10, 15 off the top of my head. That's like, I know those names. But you're right. If I saw them on the street, I'd be like, oh my.
It was really cool to like see like their names and then their face for once, and I was like, oh, wow, I didn't think that person would look like that, or that person. That has to be that person. Like it was funny.
Was a woman or a man this whole time, and someone's like, no, that's a woman. And I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's great though. I mean, yeah, it's great. It has definitely gotten me through quarantine. Yeah.
People constantly are saying, oh my God, thank you guys. I'm sure, Neil, you get the same thing. Like, you really helped us through this. You helped distract us. But I always tell people, I don't think that they understand that they helped us because this is all we know what to do or how to do. And I would have, like, I'm a worker bee. I love being busy. It's really hard for me lately. I'm not going to lie. I'm like a conspiracy theory junkie because I have the time. But prior to that, I'm not like let me see what's on TV. Let me binge watch the show. Very few things Game of Thrones. So, like, I would be going probably batshit crazy right now if I wasn't able to even express myself through stream. So it's you guys too. It's not, you guys are also, there for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I streamed so hard on Instagram. I was going like 2 or 3 times a day, but it was really to just get my head out of what's going, because I was in New York at the height of it all.
Yeah, you guys had it like really crazy, right? Like,
really bad. We were losing people like 1,000 a day almost. And I live next to the hospital, so I streamed really hard just to drown out the sound of the sirens.
Ugh.
And so I was just like, you know what? I'm going to tune out of this, and I'm just going to see who's out there. And
it's all a hoax, Neil. It's all a hoax.
Guys, don't get me started, okay?
The lizard people are out there playing the sirens so that,
I mean,
you believe them.
I mean, what happened here? Yeah, what happened here was insane.
I had a friend actually that joined in during, I think it was like the first week or maybe the second week of like lockdown, and she was out in, I want to say Paris, I could be wrong, and she joined the chat. We did a conversation with her, and it was like they were as well, like they could not leave out of their door. They were literally on lockdown, and it sucks because we get so frustrated over here in America and our rights, and it's like we really still haven't had it as bad as like having to have a note to take your dog to take a shit outside. It's crazy. It is crazy, man. So God bless the USA. I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
Wait, I saw a comment in the chat. I have to ask: it said Quarantine Gardens is life? Is that a play on the old LA nightclub Florentine Gardens?
Yeah, we do Friday night. That's kind of we do Fridays
because I've been to that nightclub.
Well, that nightclub's been there for years.
Oh my God,
I would say decades, right?
Vice used to do Thursdays there.
Yeah,
like an all-age night.
Florentine Gardens is still there. I think all ages. It still pops. It still does really good on weekends.
Wow.
It's insane. But yeah, we do Friday at noon, Quarantine Gardens, and we basically played tribute to when it was in its heyday. So I chose noon because back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember, but Power 106 used to do the Aquanet set. And if you were, Latina out here, like that was our shit. It was like, hey. So I wanted to do noon on a Friday and play that type of music, which at Florentine Gardens was also the scene. And it's so amazing because I have people from all ages that are just in that chat. That's probably Quarantine Gardens and Oldie Sundays. You're Not Down are probably 2 most poppin' streams, Sunday and Monday.
I love it. That's dope.
Yeah. Someone sent me, I think, Born and Raised did a shirt with Quarantine Gardens, and I was like, damn it.
I just remember like one time with a group of friends, we're gonna go party up in LA, and I'm like, all right, cool, thinking that we're gonna be like in Hollywood, West Hollywood, and then we're like, East Hollywood there in Florentine Gardens.
Right by the freeway.
I'm like, why are there so many kids here? Like, because I think it just turned 18 and up.
Yeah.
So it's one of those weird things. It is.
I hope if it's back when we're out of this, I would love to host like Florentine Gardens, the nightclub there.
Like a reunion.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like
it's not of all the nightclubs that are probably closing. That one's coming back. It's never going anywhere.
It's withstanded every imaginable test of time.
Is that is Arena still around?
I don't think so. I think no, the Arena. I think they like bulldozed. I could be wrong, but I feel like the Arena is no longer because it was Arena and then a like circusy one by it, right?
Yeah, right behind it.
Yeah, I think they're gone. From what I think they're gone.
No, we used to party there a lot. I've seen some weird things in that club.
I was too young. I couldn't go to any of that. That's why I'm living my best. Even though we're probably the same age, I think I just wasn't really like
27.
Yeah,
you're 22, right?
I am. I'm 22 for the second time, and then a few.
Yeah,
I'm close to that doubled.
So I'm closer to I'm actually closer to Social Security than I am to my 21st birthday.
Wow.
So
yeah, no, I'm not. But either way, the shit's coming. It's coming.
So Angie, we need you to give us some advice. So you have some crushes in the chat. Yeah, we have some crushes in the chat. So if they wanted, not you per se, but if some guy or girl wants to like slide into someone's DM, like what's going to work? Like what works?
All right. So I feel like, I've played both sides of this field pretty recently, and so I can pitch and catch. So I feel like it's completely different for each. Like if you're a guy and you slide into the DM with like I don't know, it's so weird. Like if a guy sends me a DM and it's like, ugh, so hot, like instantly I'm just like, oh God, this is gross. But if a girl slides into my DM and it's like so hot, I'm like, okay, for real?
What?
So it's weird. I know. I don't know why, but it's true. So if like it's a guy, sometimes I like. I feel like I shouldn't even be giving this information because this is not going to be good.
Maybe you'll say something. Someone in the chat will use this, hit you up, and you guys have a love connection. That'd be amazing.
You know what? I am 100%. I am a never say never human being because I've eaten those words numerous times. So I have learned the hard way. I like to do that. But if you're a guy and you want to, reach out to a girl, pay attention to things that are on her stream, or just come at her in a little bit more of a respectful way. Like create a conversation without acknowledging her physical appearance. I think that's going to kind of get you, a little bit in. Maybe to you guys that sounds crazy, but
no, I think Neil is laughing at one of the one of the comments in the chat was, "I like your face."
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. If a guy DM me with "I like your face," I wouldn't be like, ugh, gross. I don't like my face, so it makes me really happy that you do.
Right out the gate, I like your face.
I would laugh. I think that's funny. Oh, that's the number one. Make a girl laugh. Make a girl laugh, and it's right there. If you can make a girl laugh, that's so much extra points. Like
everyone in the chat, let's hear your best lines to everyone in the chat.
Oh
yes, I got to see this.
DJ E-Rock says, what about, do you like pizza? DJ Marco Penta, you like bread? Are we talking like the stuff that you bake or like physical money? Do you like cheese?
I would be like, yes,
Steven Urkel?
I would engage in that though. Like, here's the weird thing. Those types of DMs you guys are doing me so wrong right now. It's because my DMs this is not fun for me. But I would engage in that. You know what I mean? Like, because it's intriguing, because it's funny and it's ridiculous. But you would get a response with like, LOL, who doesn't? Or you know what I mean? It would just, you send me like hearts and eyes or heart, just some dumb shit. I'm just like, flat by. But if you like Urkel, I'm going to think about it and be like, I did really like Urkel.
So just to recap, when I'm commenting on her looking over her shoulder bikini pic, I should probably be asking what book she's reading.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Or you could be like, if I'm posting a thirst trap picture, like there's got to be something funny about the thirst trap pic. You know what I mean? Like,
when was the last time you cleaned your bathroom?
Exactly. For sure. Do you clean the bottom of the toilet or only the top? You know what I mean? Because that makes a big difference. I don't trust anybody that doesn't clean the bottom of the toilet.
Are your legs hurting because you've been running through my mind and streaming for 9 hours?
Okay, that's a good one. E-Rock,
that is guaranteed to get you some action there, E-Rock.
Yeah, and that is definitely a whisper. That is not a DM.
So wait, if you did it as a whisper, it'd be, are your legs hurting? I can't even go further with that. It's just so creepy.
So long story short, if you're a guy hitting on a guy or a girl hitting on a girl, you can just say you're hot, and that's good enough.
No, I like your face.
A guy,
yeah.
You don't have to say anything. You just post an eggplant and it's done deal. You go that route, you know what I'm talking about. Guys and dudes, like,
this explains so much.
You know what I mean?
Like,
oh my God. There's
actually like hi, and it's a wrap, done deal. Woman on woman, they're like, want to be all like.
There's actually an emote that's out. That's the eggplant, and I have this. You don't have the emote wall on your Twitch page, but if you have the emote wall up, basically, if you put an emote in the chat, it bounces around your screen.
Wait, what did it say?
Rob's sister said I complimented a dude's clavicle once, and I think he lost his mind.
See?
I mean, apparently my sister's into clavicles. I don't know.
But
What
yeah,
about
there's
you guys? Like, what is your guy perspective on that? Because I feel like it's just different for women and men. So for you guys, like, if a girl's interested in you guys, what does she got to do other than say hi?
That's
I think
about wrapped
guys.
it up. That's it.
I think guys are pretty dumb. So I think for a guy, most guys want females to be direct because they're just dumb and they don't pick up on hints most of the time. At least that's what I've experienced. Like for my friends, I'd be like, what do you, someone asks me what this means, and I'd be like, what do you think it means? But
To get down dirty.
That's me. I'm oblivious to it all. I have no clue.
I'm
Like,
an
you
idiot.
would literally have to scream it in my face, and I'll be like, oh, is that where we're at?
Really? Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'm an absolute idiot. If it's not like I
Okay, can I just
on a
say
billboard.
one thing as a PSA, since it's like kind of regarding this, but this is like the number one pet peeve. You want to know how to annoy a girl? Like 100, you want to do the opposite? Let me tell you.
this
You're
I
like-
can't wait to hear because I love annoying people.
Oh my God, this is the worst, like the worst thing that you can do as a guy. Maybe it's just for me because it happens fairly often. Like, girl, I just want to say what you're doing is so inspirational. It's amazing. Shout out to you. Have a great day. Thank you. Like, I will have a great day. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then, so what are you doing right now? God dang it. Don't do that, you guys. Please. It is the worst. Like, when you sign off, you sign off. Don't sign off and then ask what someone's doing. They hate it. Or maybe I just do. Sorry. Anyways, my rant's over. WYD.
You could have saved that for Grinds My Gears.
Oh, man.
I have a feeling she has a lot more than that.
She's real aggressive right now. Okay, what's next? All right. No more ranting from me. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
Listen,
Here's what's next. Speaking of DMs, somebody DM'd me and they told me this. They knew we were talking about this topic on the show, and I don't remember. I guess I should have like copy and pasted this and like put it somewhere so I can remember exactly what they said. But the gist of the DM was, I went out to dinner with this guy and he paid, so I told him I would pay for brunch the next day. And then, the other way around. So she paid for dinner, I think. And then the next day he was like, I'll take you to brunch. And so I guess they had spent the night. Takes her to brunch and she was like, do you want me to kick in? And the guy was like, yeah. So, it seems ridiculous to me. Now,
I think it does too. I'm not like, yeah.
So my question on this is, it's an old-fashioned question. And as a 46-year-old guy,
Shit.
I'm just old-fashioned. Like if I go out to dinner with a female friend of mine that I'm not on a date with, I'm picking up a check. Look, there's obviously times that someone else will, and that's all fine. But 99 out of 100 times I'm grabbing that check, unless there's they punch me or they're like, it's your birthday, I'm take whatever. But is that like just old-fashioned?
I don't think it is.
Okay.
But even for I just think it's something as a person's character. Maybe you guys, I don't know. But for
I want the offer though. I want them to offer.
Okay, yeah. But if you are not in a place to pick up a check upon going out to dinner with someone in a date scenario, you should not be going on that date. You know what I mean? Like, if you have to split it, you probably should just keep your ass at home because at that point you really don't have a whole lot to offer. But I'm super I have, even when I dated a guy friend of mine, he would pick it up and the next day I'd be like, I want to pick it up. It just makes me feel good about it. And it's weird because I do I don't know, if I were dating a guy and he was like, you want to split this? I would be like, no, I don't want to split it. What? No.
I would never in a million years offer to split a check with
No.
Hell no.
I don't even split a check if it's like a couple of people. I don't care if it's guys or girls. One of us is picking up the check.
I am always the person that is more than comfortable and happy. I got it. I'll take care of it. I got it.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends on, who you are. I don't know. That's
Zilla,
hard. I don't wanna judge anybody.
Are you letting a female on a date pick up the check or half the check?
Absolutely not. First of all, I'm just grateful that someone would go on a date with me. Secondly, I'm kidding. It's just a little self-deprecating humor for the dating show. No, but a whole bunch of people in the chat, and I scrolled up a little bit. GC Rado 1, if she invites, she pays. I kid. But I think, if you make the invitation, if you're asking somebody out, if you're making the gesture,
I agree.
Then I think it's understood that if you're inviting somebody, regardless of if it's romantic or if it's like, hey, Justin, you want to go grab some pizza?
I agree.
Like, I made the invitation. It's on me. So, and I'm also...
I'm gonna give him that. I agree with you 100% on that.
DJ E-Rock, I fly, you buy. It's appropriate at times, I guess.
E-Rock is killing the game with these speed pushes.
It's always the guys that are hooked up already that they just don't give a shit. They have nothing to lose. So yeah, no.
That's fair. I like that. Yeah, if you invite me, yeah.
I'm the same way with my guy friends. If I invite you, I'm paying unless there's some reason that you just want to pick it up. And
every time Justin's around, I'm like, yes, because I'm never gonna pay.
I took Neil to lunch the other day, and he hadn't been out of the house in forever. And I don't know if you saw any of my Facebook posts, but he stayed like 12 feet away from me because he's a lunatic.
Literally 12 feet.
So
how many masks do you have, Neil?
Oh, I've got quite a bit. I just started ordering more and more and more.
He looks like Bane, the mask he has. But we went to lunch, and I mean, I guess this doesn't really fit into the story, but he wouldn't even drink the glass of water. He's still so scared. Didn't have any food, wouldn't have any water. I mean, it was the cheapest date I ever had in my life. It was great.
But he did buy me coffee after.
We need those people too. I'm a little more carefree a little bit. Some might call it reckless, but we need those types of people as well to keep this earth moving along.
Yeah. For me, I will always pay, regardless of whether I'm invited or I'm inviting. I will always pay. I guess that's just how I was raised.
Okay, I like that.
I want to throw something in here because JJ Monterosa replied back to a comment that Christine put in. I enjoy spoiling my man. I feel like it should go both ways. Is there a time limit, you guys? Like, if you're in a relationship, does it then become like, all right, my girlfriend of X amount of time is picking up the check and it's totally cool? I mean, do the rules change when the courtship dynamic changes?
I think it depends on where each person is individually in their life. So if I'm killing the game and, financially in a better place than my significant other, no problem. I will take care of it 100, without even I'm just in a better position to do that and facilitate that without anybody having to worry about it. So I think it just depends on where each person is kind of in their life. Otherwise, it's really great when it's just a bounce off. Like a consistent bounce off is a really great way to keep it
equitable.
The whole time.
Prevent entanglements.
Yeah. Entanglement time. Jada.
That is going to be the word for 2020, by the way.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. My Twitch shot time is not shot time. It's entanglement time. Is it entanglement time? Are we taking entanglements?
I got to ask Miss Robles, can you teach me how to say entanglement in Spanish, please? Next Monday.
Entanglemente?
And add me on that one. CC. Damn, I had a good one for the grinds my gears the other day. Just the other day, I was like, ooh, this is a good one.
E-Rock agrees with me. Entanglemente.
Entanglemente? All right.
And E-Rock is part. I think this is something I didn't know about E-Rock. I was listening to a stream the other day. I thought he was totally Filipino, but he's not. He's not? I think he's like half El Salvadorian or something like that.
Oh,
which I had no idea.
Oh,
Filipino Salvi. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah. You learn something new every day. I learned that on one of his chats, I think.
You
one of his
100% stick with it.
Killing it. E-Rock, by the way, you guys, E-Rock is like the king of Twitch right now. So
yeah, he is.
Shout out to E-Rock, man. He's like a little secret Twitch warrior, but E-Rock's killing it.
I would venture to say that I think I have the longest lasting relationship with E-Rock with everybody in this chat. I think.
How long?
I mean, I've known E-Rock better part of 2 decades.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Nope. I did not have known E-Rock that long.
Yeah. E-Rock just confirmed it. Truth, 20 years. We used to, I mean, back when.
Because E-Rock's Bay Area. right?
So he was doing Bay Area radio when I was doing San Diego radio, and our stations would collaborate on a lot of things, as a lot of radio stations do. He was also doing records for E40. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. So yeah, back in the Sick Witted days, and great people. We were actually mutually introduced by a mutual friend of ours, DJ T Ski. So
nice.
He now sells real estate because DJs don't do that when they get out of the game.
I was like, you guys, I almost got my real estate license a couple years ago.
So did I. I almost did too. I was a few hours short, and I was like, can't do it. I gotta go.
I was like, I think I can sell some houses. I really wanted to, like, my dream, if I wasn't a DJ, I would want to be like Joanna Gaines, or like have my own show on YouTube, fixing and building houses and shit. I like knocking down walls. I have a tool belt.
Neil is obsessed with Chip and Joanna.
Oh my God, me too. I have their book. Do you?
I've actually been to Waco, to their compound twice. You guys have Disneyland? I have Magnolia.
I am obsessed. I love them.
Yeah. I was like searching high and low for them in this compound. You have to go to Waco, and you've got to go to Magnolia. They have the silos.
When I hear of compounds in Waco, I'm thinking that there's usually a cult involved.
This is an adult wonderland. I'm telling you, scented candles.
Like, but shout out to them for putting Waco back on the map in a more normal.
That was what their aim was for.
The people of Waco despise them. Just so everybody knows. Just throwing that out there.
But the people of the world do not.
They do not.
True. That is true.
They do not. Sorry.
I'd like to be on like $1 Million listing Southeast San Diego. I think that would be that would be my dream gig. I want to be a host of one of those shows.
I'm trying to brand the Real Housewives, the Real Single Housewives of Pomona. It's not doing so well. But we'll get there.
Real Housewives of the Inland Empire.
Like I literally will watch that one though. I would love to see what that.
Little, like,
Sad
little
girl,
kids,
little sleepy,
silver teeth. Like it'll be popping.
Oh God.
We'll see.
This is so good.
Yeah. So I think we've beat this topic to death. What do you guys think? You ready to move on to everybody's favorite favorite topic?
You
what grinds my gears?
Oh. I want to go last.
There we go. So this is the part of the show where we talk about the shit we hate. Which now that Angie's been with us for about an hour and a half, I have a feeling that she's going to really embrace this.
I am, but
you want to go first or last, or in the middle?
Okay. I had a good one, and it's making me so angry right now because I can't remember. I knew I should have wrote it down. Go ahead. I want to go last.
Okay. So we had a discussion earlier today, and Neil is like the nicest human being on the planet. It's always hard for him to pull these out of him, but we got one for him. So I'm going to let Neil go first.
Okay.
All right. This is going to... last week was French fries. I know I got a lot of backlash on that one, even like up to earlier this morning. Ugg boots. Ugg boots. I want to set fire to them when I see them on the people's feet. And what really grinds my gears is dudes in Ugg boots.
I'll give you the dudes, but...
So, you know that Mustin Potts guy that we talked about earlier?
You got little Ugg boots?
I have, right at this moment, I think I have 5 pairs of Uggs.
Because they're so comfortable. You literally feel like you're walking on Jesus' personal clouds.
That is correct.
How do you not like Ugg boots?
It's like Jesus' ass cheeks are strapped to your feet. Is that what you're talking about?
But are they appropriate to wear outside? Like, I understand. Like, I have a pair of Ugg house shoes, and I love them.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily know that if I'm comfortable taking them to my local supermarket or, when I'm standing in line at the DMV. It's really not,
Well, but
Justin will likely disagree.
Miserable place in the world, and you would probably feel a lot better if you were comfortably in your Ugg boots. But that's just me.
Exactly.
There's a really funny story. There's a really funny story about this one though. So I do. Angie, you do corporate gigs, and certain corporate companies will just hook you up if you're, especially if you're doing like an apparel brand or And so I did one for a footwear company called Hoku. And Hoku is like a Japanese like running shoe. And they're based out of Santa Barbara. I cannot remember the parent company. So anyway, billing happens. Justin, my agent, manager, handles all the billing. I'm walking down the street. I get a phone call from Justin. Justin, you will never guess what I found out. And I'm like, what? He's like, you know that brand that you always DJ for? I'm like, yeah, Hoku. Your girl Meredith. I was like, yeah, Meredith is my girl, Meredith Garcia. I was like, what's up? You never guess what else did she handle the marketing for? I was like, what? And then I stopped, and the parent company that she oversees all the marketing also owns Uggs. And he was like, you have to hit her up. And now he has a direct plug for Uggs.
I got the Ugg plug.
No,
I do.
Okay,
smokes.
I just got a pair for Christmas. Not real Uggs, but they're like the girl Uggs with like the strappy kind of like. They're the most heavenly feeling. I'm not going to get them right now because I would have to walk 2 feet away. But I get it. Like, I get it. But I don't care what anybody else has to think. I care about how I feel. And feeling so heavenly, like little angel kisses on my toes. That's just like the greatest.
He walks just carrying you over.
I'm just guiding through life. But I know where my grinding gears comes next. So go ahead, carry on.
But the only thing is it's for dudes wearing Uggs. There is a photo, and I wish I would have been able to post that. But there is we had a white label agency holiday retreat, and he came out, and we all almost chopped. I almost sawed his legs off.
No, girls.
I think Echo couldn't talk for about 10 minutes because he was laughing so hard.
Yeah, I was like looking on Delta for a flight back home for that night. I was like, nope.
I'm not. If you're a girl and you're wearing Uggs in the summertime out, like, no,
makes no sense.
But wintertime vibes, like I don't know.
Yeah,
they're
because
just so comfortable.
Because the Southern California uniform of Ugg boots, booty shorts, and a flannel and a beanie make perfect sense.
Yeah, the little gnome look, that's not popping. You'll never.
And you guys in the chat know exactly what I'm talking about. You've seen it all.
Well, Angie, I don't think you know this. I don't think you know this, but I live in Park City, Utah.
See, so it is a part of his lifestyle. It is a part of his culture, you guys.
That is
I'm
true.
with you. Justin, you know what? You wear your Uggs, okay? You wear your little fur tips or whatever. You wear them and you wear them proud. Because
I will. Okay, you know what? I'm going next.
Okay.
You know what grinds my gears?
Grind your gears.
People that don't like people that wear Uggs.
That's fair.
Because you have no legitimate facts or anything to say that we're wrong because you won't put them on. If you put them on and walked around in them, you would first of all, you would be very comfortable. You would be very warm, and then you would probably say, okay, I get it right now.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But because you won't do that, just like when I moved to Idaho the first time from New York City where I grew up, I never understood the pineapple on pizza thing. So I used to yell at people and I'd be like, it's fucking disgusting, whatever. So I ordered it one night and I tasted it and it was fucking disgusting. So then I was like, you know what? I tried it. Gross. So I could talk shit. But you can't talk shit until you walk a mile in my Uggs.
Nope. That's why I got these.
It's chancla.
You can't wear those in the snow, bro.
You can wear those anywhere.
You can wear slides in the snow.
Oh, God.
I'm going to go back to my previous point because, like I said, I have a pair of Uggs in my house shoes. I wear them in and around the house because I don't believe in wearing shoes in the house. That's just me. With that said, you will never in your lifetime ever see me going anywhere else. It's like there's a force field in my house, and if I attempt to hit the front door wearing those Uggs, there's something that like an alarm that goes off that says, "Do not do it. Do not do it." No.
Okay, I respect that.
Jordans for the outside, Uggs house shoes for the house. Hence the
It's like
term
a mullet
house
for your
shoes.
feet. Yeah.
Yes.
The answer.
All right, Zilla, what grinds your gears?
Guys who wear Ugg boots.
Yeah.
I certainly was not prepared for this. I'm not going to lie. I thought that something was going to come to me over the course of this. I don't have a whole lot. I've given you guys all I've got in the last hour and 31 minutes. So
If you're not going to come prepared to class, Zilla.
I know.
Does not apply himself.
Yeah.
Again, you know what? Again, and I think I've touched on this before, but you guys, enough's enough. Anti-maskers, for the love of God, just leave people alone.
Yeah.
Wear your masks, wear your facial covering, be a good citizen. No one's trying to dupe you into. There is no global mastermind that's trying to convince you or trying to sabotage your Orange Heroes election, because what happens in Italy does not happen here, does not affect what happens here in Southern California. So listen, we shut down once. We've given up a third of the year. We're facing it again. So if it does happen, for the love of Pete, just wear your friggin' mask. Don't half-ass it. Do it right so we can go back to living our lives and get back to making money. And that's what grinds my
people
gears.
like shit that are wearing their masks. That's like the worst.
Zilla for president.
Stop shaming people for doing the right thing.
Yeah. You don't have to wear it that you do you, but don't attack people that do. That's like the worst, because that is like super happening pretty hard.
Yeah, don't and yeah, like why would you go into a Starbucks and yell at somebody for doing their job?
That lady. I know what you're gonna say. Do it.
You know what grinds my gears?
What
When
grinds
you
your
go into a Starbucks in San Diego, that's about 1.5 miles from my house, and shame the guy behind the counter, this kid who's doing his job and asking you to wear your facial covering, and then some good Samaritan starts a GoFundMe for that kid, and the kid earns $100,000 because of it, and you tried to shame him, and then you go on national television saying you deserve half that money? You deserve nothing and like it, lady. You're the reason why there are so many things that are wrong in this world. So shut up, put on your mask, stop trying to shame people for doing their jobs, and let the kid enjoy his $100,000. He earned it. You didn't.
Hey.
And that's what grinds my gears.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I
And
came
you
back
said you
hard.
weren't prepared.
Yeah,
I came back
you pulled that from within.
Yeah. I felt that. Yeah, all right, is it my turn then?
Yeah.
'Cause now
Yep.
I'm torn because
This
it
is
was
this is the big finale.
I could do an aesthetic one, which I was
Please.
going to do, like you guys, but then
I think we should give her
someone got
both.
real excited, and then now
We
I
should
feel
let
like
her
I
do
gotta be like
two.
a little.
There's no rule
political.
against doing two. We like talking about things we hate.
Okay, well, things that I hate. Okay, you know what really grinds my gears?
What grinds
Is
her gears?
people not accepting other people's thought process as their own. It really drives me crazy when there's people that are like, no, you have to think like me. I don't have to think like you. I just want to think like me, and that's okay. And the way that you think is okay too. We don't have to think the same because we're people, and we don't always do that. So that really grinds my gears.
I hear you.
Another thing that grinds my gears is, now I feel like I'm contradicting myself because I live for accepting your love of Uggs, and I preach on the fact that it is not about aesthetics. It's about comfort. But one thing that I can't get past are mother effing Crocs.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but Crocs, those really grind my gears. They are the ugliest shit imaginable things on people's feet ever. And I don't care how comfortable they are. I don't want to see your little churning butter shoes with little freaking clip art on them. Put them away. Crocs are done.
Crocs are pretty bad.
Wait, Angie, I got to ask. So nurses were like, even I get the whole part. Like, no, like I'm saying, like if Crocs, when they're used in the appropriate application, like in kitchens, like, because I know Crocs, they do a line of shoes for like chefs and restaurant workers and nurses. They do theirs too.
Yeah.
Would those be appropriate? Or are we talking like they're just completely out of bounds?
So it's the same way as Uggs. Like, in your home, if you want to Pinocchio your little ass around your house in your little Crocs, do you. but they're just like, I have like, and these are my homegirls, okay? I have 2 homegirls that are like at the salon, and they're so steezy, and they've got their amazing outfit on, and then they take that shot, and they're like in yellow Crocs and like black Crocs. They're just so ugly. I know they're comfortable, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get a lot of shit, but Crocs are just
Okay.
horrible.
Just to clarify,
Neil, do you have Crocs? They're not Crocs.
No, I do. I only have flip flops, chanclas. But I get that, you know, there's certain professions that you just have to wear them. Those are acceptable then. I get that. But I see them at clubs. I see
Crocs?
them on I see them on certain DJs live streams.
Name names.
You got to name names, bro.
No.
Name names.
Nope. I want everyone to support. I just see them on live stream.
Never gonna get a club. Never. It's never gonna happen.
So
are you guys cutting out on your? I can't hear you guys at all anymore. It's like
I think it's on your end.
Yeah, I think you're freezing up a little bit there, Angie.
damn.
Maybe that's the
Is
cue.
it on my end?
I think so. It maybe if you log out and log back in.
Can you hear me at all?
We can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. That's fine.
Somebody say something.
Something.
Hi.
If you can hear us, why don't you log out and log back in real quick?
So while we're figuring out the technical side, I want to ask the chat. Put a number 1 in the chat if you guys own a pair of Crocs.
Try to just check my internet. Really. Fast.
All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kick her out. That way she'll log back in, and then we can.
Of course, Mighty Rail has.
We can say goodbye.
Crocs.
Yeah, then we can say goodbye. But now we have to, we got to kill some time here while we're waiting for her to come back in.
So wait. Wait, hold on. Oh, sorry.
Croc rain boots. Someone just wrote in the chat. I've never heard of such a thing. Does that exist?
See, Zaldi's saying, I've been told to wear Crocs while I cook. I see them in, I'm in a commercial kitchen all day, every day. One of the few places in public where I think that they are completely appropriate.
So, you know what? You guys talk amongst each other. I got to bring out something really fast.
Oh,
wait, what? Oh my God! This is like.
Hey, Justin, hold
on. Hold on.
Remember that email amongst us when we said where we said this show was guaranteed to go off the rails?
Oh, yeah. There was no. I mean, we got one of the hosts of the show just left.
That's amazing. So listen, for everybody else that's in the chat and still watching this dumpster fire, do us a favor. Give us a follow. If you feel so inclined, your contributions help keep this show on the air, so please subscribe. We love you. We will hopefully... Oh, you guys are ruining the possible Croc sponsorship in here. Yes, but we're hoping that the one from Zen comes through, E-Rock, so thank you.
Wait, Neil, you don't have anything.
I can't find it. I do own a pair of Crocs now that I think about it.
Didn't you do a Crocs party?
I DJ'd a party in LA for the Grammys for Republic Records. And I remember the marketing director was like, Neil, we need to ask you for a huge favor. And I'm like, well, what is it? And she was like, so we have a few brands that we partnered with, and one of them happens to be Crocs. And she was like, so do you mind wearing some Crocs in your set? So they were scrambling around. They were trying to figure out, okay, well, we got to hurry up and get it to him. They never got it to me. I get to the thing. They were like, yo, so we're going to give you a pair of Crocs at the gig. I was like, all right, fine. They never did, but they ended up mailing it to me, and they ended up mailing me there you are. They ended up mailing me the Post Malone ones.
So I don't have my little walkie thingy anymore.
Oh, that's okay.
You're good.
So I own a pair of Crocs. I do own a pair of Post Malone Crocs. I've never worn them. I was like, okay, I can't do this, but I do own a pair of Crocs. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well,
I never wore them, so that's fine.
Yeah, I never wore them, and they're also worth like $600. I found out.
What?
Yeah. So apparently, Post Malone did this collaboration with Crocs, and so that's the one that they.
Them, right?
Yeah, he rocks them. They sent me a pair, and I was like, no way. But I randomly Googled it, and they're going for $600. So
when you see them on StockX later on tonight, we know that they're yours.
Right. When unemployment
on Zen,
runs out,
Zilla Zen. I thought we were working on the Zen sponsorship. Jesus, man.
Listen, E-Rock's your client. I'm working both angles.
So, wait, what was the second one, Angie? Before you got cut out.
That was the second one.
Yeah, that was my second one.
Oh, the Croc. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I do own it, but I never wear them. Screw that.
Oh my God, Zen, you sell Crocs? Oh, okay. Our bad.
All right. Well, I think we tackled everything we wanted to tackle today. That was awesome.
That was fun.
So Angie, before we get out of here, what are you promoting these days? What do you want to talk about before you leave? Where can people find you and follow you and give you money?
They can follow me on Instagram at DJ Angie Vee, BEE, on Twitch at Just Angie Vee. And okay, don't judge me, but I think I'm onto something. They can follow me on OnlyFans.
Yes.
Yes.
But I don't post no hoe shit.
Sorry.
Canceling subscription.
Exactly. But wait, listen. So if you follow me on OnlyFans, I basically upload a mix every week. And so you're getting a mix, and you're just getting I do vlogs, and it's kind of a little more personal content for a lot of the newer fan base that started following after the pandemic. So yeah, I upload a mix every week. They can download it. And so I'm trying the OnlyFans route, which has been doing really, really well, without me having to show my titties. So it's great. And I'm going to show them on my live stream anyway, so it's all good.
All right. That is good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Zilla. So what do you want to talk about, Zilla?
If you guys are so inclined, please follow me, Robert Zilla SD. You'll find me on Twitter. You'll find me on Instagram. Be my friend on Facebook. I don't bite unless there's money involved. Speaking of money, you could also join me on OnlyFans, where I will be showing my titties. That's not happening. Angie, first of all, thanks for being here. That was friggin' that's awesome. And I just wanted to shout out once again, everybody in the chat. Thanks for being a part of this, you guys. You guys make this show so much fun. So if you want us to keep going, of course you do. Subscribe. We want you to, be a part of the little old guy in the club family. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
All right, Neil, what are you promoting this week? What do you got coming up?
So, well, we got to, I'm part of a crew that's got, we have this thing called Back to Day Ones, where we have our old, party crews coming together, just doing a set on Twitch. So that's twitch.tv/Back to Day Ones. Also, I do a morning show Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And I'm really consistent on that in the morning time, just to wake up, really chill music, and we just talk about things. Usually they're funny things like Twitch dating and scented candles and Chip and Joanna, and then we'll talk about celebrity crushes and whatever. But we talk about everything, and that's about it. Is Beans, Rhymes, and Life at 10 a.m. Eastern. Also, I wanted to say congratulations, Angie, because you made partner, and welcome you to Twitch.
On Twitch,
awesome.
On Twitch.
Yeah, on Twitch. And I mean, you came in and took Twitch by storm. So congratulations.
Neil, congratulations to you too.
Oh, yeah. And I did make partner last weekend.
I want to make partner.
We're partner buddies. Also,
partner gods. for you to make partner buddies, Zilla.
Yeah.
We'll work on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Raya.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
I think
I haven't got accepted yet.
Yeah. Oh, I also launched merch. I launched merch for the first time, and I'm doing it a little differently. I'm doing a 7-day drop, and I drop one design every week. Every Monday it changes. So you have a span of 7 days, and then they ship out 7 days later. And I offer it for men's and women's. So we're 2 days left. And it's just the flash sale idea. Yeah. Like, remember Guilt? Also, I think that's it. Also, for people that are really new to Twitch, a lot of us are doing this, and I get a lot of questions about like how can they support. Subscribing is the biggest way that you can support the things that you're viewing, like Angie, myself, Old Guy in the Club, Zilla, that is now on Twitch that we're trying to push to do a talk show. So subscribing is clutch. And that's your way of showing support for your favorite artists that are trying to entertain you. So
and showing us your biddies too.
There's my buddy Aaron the Era has been like throwing money at me trying to get my shirt off. That I keep it clean here. I keep it clean. I keep it.
Says the guy showing a whole lot of leg during the show.
I'll give you a kneecap, and that's about it. That's all.
You're like trying to entice people with your, brown thighs, knees, and calves.
It's just comfortable. So, anyway, that's all I got.
All right. Well, I always mess this up, and then one of the guys will like correct me. All I'm promoting is this show, and I have 2 other shows. One is White Label and Friends on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, where I bring in DJs that I don't represent to come and do a set with us. So, Angie, you have to come on one day.
Yeah.
Yes. You said it. Now it's on camera. Now you can't take it back now. And then
Doritos. I'm down.
And then Sundays also at 3 p.m. We do White Label Sundays, which has been E-Rock, Romeo Reyes, and Neil doing a couple hours each. And we kind of just take over Sundays. We have a lot of fun, and that chat gets pretty spicy. But like Zilla said, follow us, subscribe. If you missed a lot of the show today, you want to catch up with the episode on either Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. The video is on YouTube starting Monday. We give it the weekend. We let it roll out. We let it breathe, and then we throw it up there on Monday. So that's it, guys. I think we did good. Angie, again, thank you so much for coming on. This was fun, and we want you to come back again at some point.
Would love to apologize for you bringing me on to the dating episode and basically gave you shit. So I'm sorry.
No, you did awesome.
Don't be sorry at all. This is.
But
I think you were perfect for this episode. If there was just the 3 of us dudes sitting around, it would not have gone over well.
And you can come back anytime.
Well, she's going to come back for the Disneyland episode.
Oh, yes. God.
Can't wait. I got my ears waiting.
Yeah, me too. You could take my place.
Me too.
All right. Well, thank you again, Neil and Zilla. Hell with you guys. And Neil's going to play us out here. All right. You ready, bro?
Yeah.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Let's do it.